Let's see. This better keep working.
Yeah, I hope so. All right, we are live. We are on the air, and we only have one co-host.
Huh.
But we do have a message.
And my internet isn't working on the other machine.
Huh, interesting. Now, my Skype in its infinite wisdom is showing me that I have a chat message that came in. However, when I click on chats, it doesn't actually show me any chats. So
Yeah, you get that too, huh?
So I see that there is a chat that came in, but I can't see what it is. And
It says I got 3 of them.
Yeah, and it's not bringing me to a window that shows me any of them.
Damn if I know.
And it set me to invisible as well. Because why not? Why not just set me to invisible, even though I didn't say to set me to invisible and gave no indication that I want it to be invisible. Yeah, so let's see. And Dune running in, did you see what Chelsgo is doing? You will be impressed. Oh, you know what? That's what we should do. Since nothing's working here, let's just go to Twitch and watch other streamers. And that way we could see what good streamers do. As opposed to us. Let's bring up Chelsea. No, we're actually going to do a show. I actually have a topic. Oh yeah, she's been doing that. She's been playing records on her Cheap Technics turntable from her small collection.
What the fuck?
Yeah, you know what? I was impressed when she was singing and playing original songs on her guitar with her lovely voice. I don't get this new Chelsgoat playing video games and records. You know, I want her to go back to singing, but you know, she should do what she wants to do because she's, you know, whatever. But that's cool. That's cool. You know, anyone that's got vinyl, cool in my book. Venison would rather see her playing cassette tapes, though.
Hey, I've got vinyl too.
You get
lots of it.
Yeah. You do?
Yes.
You were able to salvage that out from the house on your way out?
Oh yeah, I took all my albums.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because those are heavy usually.
Yes, they are. I kind of like tripped downstairs a little bit, carrying one of the crates, and kind of knocked into a side window and broke it. But we were moving out, so it wasn't my problem anymore.
Yeah, whatever. Someone else's window now. Yeah, I still can't figure out how to look at this chat that it says is here. Oh, I see. That is the voice message you left. Voice message count says chat, and there was nothing that actually said that it was you that had the active item. So yeah, Skype is doing a great job of finding yet more ways to be yet even more worse. And I know that's bad English, but we're talking about a bad program, so what better way to explain it than...
No, we're talking about Microsoft.
Yeah. You know...
Skype by itself did fairly well until Microsoft got a hold of it.
Remember there used to be a, software application program that came with, spreadsheet software and stuff like that was called Microsoft Works?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's a pretty good oxymoron. Anyways, we've heard nothing from Brian or Lulu so far today, so we're going to call Brian's phone, and hopefully it'll let me add Brian's phone to the call that we already have, because why wouldn't it? Because obviously we want to add it and not just start a new call. Let's see. Here's a drop down. Okay, but that still doesn't give me an ad. See, sometimes you have an option to add, and sometimes you don't. And well, let's try this. No, of course you did that. Hello. Okay, so it rang for Brian's phone and it immediately hung up, and it still didn't let you add. Oh, but now I have an add option, and now we could try this again. Now let's see if this actually works.
Oh yeah, I should write this phone number down.
Yeah. What? What we're dialing right now?
Yeah.
Now it says we've added, and it says calling, but I don't hear it ringing. But that's okay because it's Microsoft. All right, it doesn't say it's dialing him anymore, but it doesn't say that it failed.
Brian.
Hello?
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, yo.
Where are you?
Yeah, where are ya? You didn't tell me if you're going to be around or not going to be around. And we're calling
If
you.
you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4.
4. I don't have a 4. Can you understand what I'm
If
saying?
you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record, press 3. To continue
can't bring
recording
up
where
the
you left
keyboard?
off,
Well-
press 4.
Well, Skype's not on the Skype changes the window based on different things.
If you're satisfied with the message, press 1. To listen to your message,
Now, how do
press
you
2.
shut that
To
off?
erase and re-record, press 3. To continue recording where you left off, press 4.
It's not. You hear that? It's given it a United Kingdom 4. We want to.
Sorry you're having trouble. Your message has been sent. Please try again later. Goodbye.
About time.
Well, that was rude. Sorry you're having trouble. Your message has been sent. Goodbye. Is it just me, or is that how that came off?
Well, not really.
I don't know. It sounded very curt. All right. Well, you tell me.
Why? Whoa! Why have I got 4 chat messages now?
I don't know, but that's because we do this every week. You'd think people be used to a schedule by now, but every week it's the same old thing. No one knows who's going to show up and when they're going to show up. But at least you were on time. Barely. Anyways, it's time once again for this little thing we do here that we call...
Insert title here.
It's the show that changes titles so often. We had to put a placeholder in, Last week we were painting. This week we're not. And next week we'll be painting. So if you like the painting, stay tuned for next week. But this week, we got turkey.
You got the turkey?
No, not turkey. This week we've got Italian. You like Italian?
Yeah, I like my spaghetti and calzone and ravioli and all those things.
All those things. Yeah, we're gonna talk about all those options for going out to get Italian. But before we do that, because I want to wait and see, we'll give Brian some time to call us back or something. Maybe we'll try to call him again. We got to talk about parking. And
Wait, about what?
parking.
Oh,
You listened to the Dude and Bob show yesterday?
no.
Okay. Well, in that case, this story will be new to you. And it'll be new to all you out there listening that have not heard the Dude and Bob show yet. My mother-in-law had been attending college or going for a degree online with Southern New Hampshire University. And she completed her coursework and graduated. And so they had a nice, lovely graduation ceremony in lovely Manchester, New Hampshire. which is a brief, quick 1.5 hour drive north from here. So absolutely doable. So, Kristen's parents are like, well, meet us up there for lunch, and we'll have lunch. We'll do the graduation ceremony and then go home. Now, it turns out that being that Southern New Hampshire University offers online courses, they tend to have rather large graduating classes. And so they actually did several graduation ceremonies over the weekend. They did 2 Saturday, they did 2 Sunday. I think they even had a few ceremonies on Friday. And the ceremony I went to, I kind of, counted the rows and counted the chairs in each row and whatever. And I calculate there was about 1,500 graduates in that ceremony. It took them 45 minutes to walk in. Oddly enough, they were able to read out all their names and hand out all the diplomas in an hour. Now, the reading of the names and the handing of the diplomas didn't necessarily synchronize. They had 2 people going back and forth reading the names and very exciting voices. And they had 2 ramps for the graduates to walk up, grab the diploma, walk down. They had 2 officers of the university shaking hands and handing out the diplomas so that they could just kind of, hand it, name. There you go. Ideally, the name would be said as the person's getting the diploma. Kristen's mom, however, got her diploma, got back to her seat, was well relaxed for at least 5 minutes back in her seat with diploma in her hand before her name got read. So something went a little wrong there. So yeah, they were reading names and they're handing out diplomas, but they were a little out of sync there. That's okay, because that's the type of thing you could just fix in post. Just get your recording and make some edits. And anyways, that's not what I was really going to talk about. So her ceremony was the second graduation ceremony of the day on Saturday. And so it started at 2:30, and she had to be there earlier. And so we decided, well, heck, we'll meet up in Manchester at noon, have some lunch, then get her over where she needs to be and go find a seat, as I'm sure very many people plan to do. I mean, graduation ceremonies at 2:30, you got a bit of a drive to get there, so you want to give yourself extra time for traffic and maybe grab a little bit of lunch before you go there. Noon is right around the time everyone and their mother is going to show up in Manchester for the 2:30 graduation ceremony. Noon also happened to be the time that the previous graduation ceremony was getting out. And for their convenience, they decided, without any warning or announcement or posting of any of this anywhere with any of the information they put out there, to close off the roads around the parking garage so no traffic could go towards the parking garage and traffic could only go away from the parking garage. And I get the logic there, because everyone and their mother was trying to, that got there earlier, was trying to leave the parking garage all at the same time. And if there's one thing that sucks more than anything else in this universe, it's when you have a very largely attended event and everyone is parked in the same parking garage, and everyone goes back to their car in a full parking garage to leave at the same time. It usually consists of people half backed out, people kind of in line, and then a bunch of waiting. And so to facilitate that, they just closed all the incoming lanes of all the surrounding roads, which means that right at the same time that everyone is getting there for the next ceremony and is looking for to park in the parking garage, everyone is being directed away from where they're trying to get to. And which, okay, I get it. You want to help the people clear out the garage, but what are we supposed to do? We're here. We need to park somewhere. Just because you close the rows of the parking garage doesn't mean we no longer need to park somewhere, and it doesn't make that building suddenly not be the place that we're supposed to be parking, and that all the signs around the area are pointing us to saying event parking this way. And then we go that way and we get a closed road, and then we find another sign, event parking this way, and then that road's closed. Did you think about that? Did anyone that was planning this think about that? So
Probably did.
So we did two. Yeah, they probably did. And like my boss, they shrugged their shoulders and said, well, it'll be fine. It'll work it out. We'll deal with it. Yeah, they dealt with it, all right. They dealt with it by fucking us over, because I'm just driving around, in circles in Manchester, unable to get to the parking garage that I want to park at. And so finally, Kristen gave her parents a call because we knew they were getting into town at the same time. So we're like, what's going on and what are you doing? And they're doing the same thing. They're circling around trying to figure out what's going on. And of course, traffic is backed up as can be because they, closed all the roads in this area. So that's causing all kinds of jams and, backups everywhere at every light. It's just an absolute disaster. And so they kind of said, we found another parking garage, so-and-so, such and such place. We're going to go check that out. And so she pulls up the Google Maps on her phone, and she finds a garage near that area. It says, okay, go straight here. Okay, turn left here. Okay, across there is it. And I look across the way, and it's a garage, a service station type of garage, not a parking type of garage. It is a garage, and it's one of those lovely quirks of the English language. We asked Google Maps, where's the nearest garage, and God bless Google Maps, it told us where the nearest garage was. It just wasn't.
You weren't specific enough.
We weren't specific, but she said no, that's it. And I said that is not. And she goes, well, and I guess there was a sign on the building with a big P that indicated it was a parking area, so she thought it was a parking garage / service station. So I pull into there, ping, ping, and I'm looking, and as soon as I get there, she said, oh, you're right, it is a service station. And there's this big ramp to go up, and I'm looking at the ramp. I'm like, well, where's the ramp go to? Is there parking? She goes, no, that's where the body shop is. I'm like, okay, we don't want to go up there. So a guy comes over and, looking if he can help the friendly tourists that have just wandered into his service station. And if I had been quick on my feet and if I had been thinking this out, I would have said something like, yeah, I'm just bringing it in for an oil change. We'll be back in 5 hours. And handed him the keys and went on my way. But I was not quick on my feet and did not think of that. So I instead said, yeah, Google Maps said there was a garage here. This is not the type we were expecting. Is there any other way out of here other than me backing into traffic? And he said, no, well, there's a garage a few blocks over that way, and I'll help you back up out of here because you're blocking my entrance. And so he helped us back out of there, and sure enough, we found a few blocks over a parking garage that apparently no one else was familiar with, because not only did we get in there and have parking no problems, but we also had no problems getting out of there, no backups or anything like that. So I'm thinking we actually made out better. We're probably better off.
From the event.
What's
How
that?
far to walk?
Oh, it wasn't too bad. It was a few minutes.
Mhm.
I think I found a well-kept secret in the city of Manchester when it comes to attending graduation ceremonies. So there you go. But it's still, I'm still pissed off out of principle that, I make these plans. This is what that parking garage is. It's for the event center that they're having the ceremony at, and they close off the parking. It's like maybe you put these two ceremonies a little too close together time-wise. Maybe you should have spaced them out more so that when everyone's showing up for the second ceremony, everyone's cleared out from the first one and you don't have the roads closed to them and have a bunch of people circling around in a city they're not familiar with, all of a sudden unable to find a place to put their fucking car. Anyways, that was my parking adventure.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
How about you? You have any parking adventures like that?
Only in New York City, and I always found a way.
Oh, New York parking. That's got to be the worst.
Oh, yes, you have to go around blocks. But every once in a while, you'll find a space. And you nudge yourself in there before the people behind you can block you.
There are some people when it comes to New York whose lives revolve around parking, and all they can talk about is, "Did you see the spot I found?" I think people have childhood stories of, "We never took the car out anywhere because my dad didn't want to give up the good parking spot we found." Yes.
Yes, you gotta find the right place.
You just gotta find the right place. Anyways, let's try to give Brian another call just to give him one more chance here to chime in on any parking adventures he might have, and see if we could at least leave a voicemail message that's a little longer than the last one we left. So we're just dialing the phone again here. And Skype will make noises like it's dialing a phone if we just dial it by itself. But if we try to add it to a call, it doesn't make sounds. For our convenience. So, yeah, we're just waiting for that to go through or do something.
Brian Woody.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Okay, take 2.
Ignoring us.
Yeah, what's going on? Last time it cut us off before we could finish the message, and even though we pressed 4 to continue it, it didn't recognize our 4 as a 4 because I think it was making a European 4 sound. Yeah, we're here doing the show, and you're not, and we kind of noticed that, and so we wanted to kind of, reach out and see what's up. I hope everything's all right. Shoot me an email when you have a chance. Because we gotta talk about Olive Garden. We're gonna talk about Olive Garden. Isn't that right, Venison? We're gonna talk about Olive Garden.
Actually, I have some questions.
You have questions about Olive Garden?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I've been there once, so I could answer all your questions about it. But man, do we have some Olive Garden discussion to have here? And it's not even based off of my one visit there. I think I went for like a dating anniversary dinner to Olive Garden once. I might have gone twice. I think I might have gone twice. I don't know if I ever went to the Hayward Olive Garden. Now, Sir Mars may have gone to the Hayward Olive Garden because that's like he could probably walk to the Hayward Olive Garden. Heck, Brian, you could go swing by and pick up Sir Mars and then go to the Hayward Olive Garden and order the infinite stick and tell us how that is, and order the pasta nachos and the wing lasagna or whatever. Anyways, we're gonna talk all about that.
Pasta nachos?
Pasta nachos. You not familiar with the pasta nachos?
No.
No. Okay. Well, we're not going to talk about the secret soup because that's secret. Anyways, now I got to figure out how to hang up on you. I think this is anything else you want to say?
Nothing I can think of.
Okay. Hey, well, Brian, give us a call. We'd love to hear from you. Bye.
Hurry up.
Okay. I was getting worried there because as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I hope there wasn't an emergency with his parents, because the last thing he wants to hear when there's an emergency with his parents is a bunch of wise guys going, "Where the fuck are you?" Anyways, we'll keep you all posted if we hear back from our good friend Brian Blues. But you said you have questions about Olive Garden.
Yeah, because I've been hearing, I never been there either. I wanted to go, but never got the chance. And then I started hearing these statements that Olive Garden's not that good. Olive Garden is this. Olive Garden is mean to us customers. Their food isn't really all that great. So it's like,
well,
okay.
I think what it is that Olive Garden is a chain, And, so there's consistency across their restaurants and probably prepackaged ingredients or whatever. So it's not like a high-class fine dining experience. But it's good. It's good Italian food. It's there are some people that would prefer to go to a, like, classy Italian restaurant in the area. And I think what it is sometimes they feel like Olive Garden tries to bill itself as something more than it really is. And if that criticism is fair or unfair, I don't know. You know me, I'm pretty laid back. I go someplace, there's food in front of me, and I like it, and it tastes good. I'm going to smile as long as, you don't do something to piss me off, like fuck with the parking garage. As long as you don't close the entrance of the parking garage, and as long as someone don't cut me off when I'm trying to park, and someone doesn't steal my parking spot.
Or you don't run into any elitist pricks.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not one of those people that's going to be like, well, that chicken parm was, not really, the breading was not quite as crisp as it could be. Whatever, dude. You bread some chicken, you fry it, you throw some sauce on it, and put some pasta next to it. I'm good, So, yeah, it's probably. It's a chain restaurant. It is what it is. If it's like pointing at an Olive Garden, going, "Hey, you're a chain restaurant," and it's like, yes, they are, and they've never said they're not. So, dude, let's all chill.
Yeah, really, it's a step above a regular pizzeria.
Now, if we want to sidebar for a moment here and talk about things trying to be things or not, let's talk about Twitch. Because
okay.
Now, did you hear about the controversy that unfolded over the past few weeks, where a user a Twitch streamer by the name of Velvet7 was banned for the third time, and it was looking like she might be banned permanently because her stream was too sexually suggestive. And I don't know if you're familiar with Velvet7, but she's got very large, she got the big boobs, and she wears the low cut shirts, and she does a little dancing in front of the camera, and things bounce when they move around. It's just kind of laws of physics type of thing, and people for some reason are attracted to watching channels like that. I find it quite hypnotic. I could watch them bounce for hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Now the problem we have is that Twitch is notoriously inconsistent with their applying of the rules, because you got people like Amaranth that will parade around her cleavage all hours of the day. She'll put on her shorty shorts and her tube top and play some Twister, do some workout, do some dancing, and her cleavage is there on full display. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not complaining about that. I'm not like a boo, how dare you show such indecency, whatever, dude. You want to show cleavage, show cleavage. I'll watch. It's all good. And the thing is that there were two big differences between Amaranth and Velvet7. One, Velvet7's is much more stacked than Amaranth, and is also much more bouncy compared to Amaranth. And the second big difference is Amaranth pulls in a lot more viewers and is pulling in more money to Twitch than Velvet7 is. And I think that right there is the key difference. Twitch, basically, what I think it is that you got material on Twitch that would technically qualify as softcore porn. And I think Twitch wants to have its cake and eat it too. They don't want to be a softcore porn site, but they like the money that softcore porn brings in. I think that's what it comes down to. And so you got people like Amaranth that are pulling in the big bucks, and Twitch is like, no, it's totally cool. She's got clothes on. It's not porn at all. And I'm telling you, there's probably people jacking off to her. It's just and then you got Velvet 7 not pulling in the big bucks, and is more bouncy, and it's like, whoa, we ain't no softcore porn site here. We're gonna ban her to prove we're not. So I that's what I think is going on here. I think basically Twitch is trying to play a game of, we don't want to be a porn site, but we'd like to get the porn money. And so that's and I say that today, and I don't say that yesterday, because yesterday we were actually streaming on Twitch, and I figure I better wait till I'm not actually streaming on Twitch before I start accusing Twitch of trying to be a softcore porn site without being a softcore porn site, because that's what's going on. That's my take on it. And maybe I'm trying to put it in crass words, or trying to, put it in very critical terms towards Twitch, but, it is what it is. And there's nothing wrong with, let's face it, Amaranth's out there shaking what she's got because she knows people are watching it, and we all know people are getting aroused. That's anyways, I don't know. What's your take on that, Venison?
Corporate shenanigans. When it comes down to, I don't know. People being too PC, easily offended. Yeah, look, she's got that body. And if she was on the street, you'd be staring at her and drooling. So why you gotta make trouble for her just because she's on Twitch?
Exactly. Just leave well enough alone. Meanwhile, we do have a science portion of the show here. And for our science portion of the show, we have a visit from guest Bill Nye, the science guy. For a little,
yeah, I read about that.
A little science demonstration here, because if you're one of those,
right.
He's absolutely right, because it's time that some people get their fucking heads out of the sand, or their ass, because they got it shoved somewhere. Because it's pretty much a consensus at this point in the scientific community. And if you think you're smarter than all of them, go ahead, call in, and explain to me why you're smarter than all the scientists out there. I'll wait.
Here.
And I just hit play, and it decided to stop playing.
By the end of this century...
All right, here we go.
Here, I've got an experiment for you. Safety glasses on. By the end of this century, if emissions keep rising, the average temperature on Earth could go up another 4 to 8 degrees. What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire. There are a lot of things we could do to put it out. Are any of them free? No, of course not. Nothing's free, you idiots. Grow the fuck up. You're not children anymore. I didn't mind explaining photosynthesis to you when you were 12. But you're adults now, and this is an actual crisis. Got it? Safety glasses off, motherfuckers.
Thank you, Bill Nye, for saying what needed to be said.
Exactly the way it needed to be said.
Unfortunately, that accomplishes two things. One, all the people that agree with him go, yeah, that's right, and laugh. And all the people that really need to be explained this message go, oh, you fucking liberal, and shrug it off, which is sad.
Oh, you cursed on TV. You're supposed to be a child personality. You are ruined the reputation, blah, blah, blah. We'll never listen to you again.
Do you care at all about the generation you're leaving this disaster behind to? Really, we need to fucking do something about this fucking crisis. And try to,
got that much time left to do it.
You know what? The time to debate whether there is or isn't a crisis is over. The science is in. We need to start doing some shit about it. So, if you're gonna try to be part of the solution, great. If you're gonna try to get in the way, sit down, shut up. We need people that could really fucking solve a problem. Anyways. And then we could all go out for a nice bite at Olive Garden and sit down and have a good time, good drinks, good pasta, good food. So you've not had the pleasure.
Pick up some of their excess vegetable oil and put it in the gas tank.
There you go. So you've not had the pleasure of attending or visiting an Olive Garden, have you?
Nope. I hear it's pretty good, though.
Okay. Well, you
Now,
know,
I like the food in the commercials. Looks very tasty.
now it's funny you mention the commercials because now we could go through and play through all the official legit commercials for Olive Garden, but we're not going to do that because we like to talk about technology here. And, do you ever worry about the artificial intelligence and the robots rising up against us with all their super intelligence there?
Oh, you're damn right.
Well, you know what? I think before we need to worry about being enslaved by the robots need to, work their way up. I don't think they're there yet because they have yet to really master the fine art of advertising. Allow me to demonstrate. Some guy took a robot and made it go through 1,000 hours of Olive Garden commercials, and then had it produce its own Olive Garden commercial script. And he posted the script for everyone to review. And this is old. You're probably going, but Gators, I read this fucking months or years ago. This. What are you talking about this for? Well, you know what? People have started people have done things with this script now, and I think it's time to revisit the script and see what is out there that's been done with this. So, for example, here's a guy that did a reading of the script, and I think this is a good place to start. People that have done readings of the script so you can kind of hear how the script goes.
Tex reads an Olive Garden commercial generated by a bot. Interior, Olive Garden restaurant. A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food. Waitress, pasta nachos for you. We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated. Friend 1, the menu is here. Waitress, lasagna wings with extra Italy. We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary. Friend 2, I shall eat Italian citizens. Waitress, unlimited stick. We see the unlimited stick. It is infinite. It is all. Friend 3, leave without me. I'm home. Waitress, gluten classico. From the kitchen. We see the gluten classico. We believe the waitress that it is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing. Friend 1, what is wrong, Friend 4? Friend 4 says nothing. Friend 2, Friend 4, what is wrong, Friend 4? Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup. Announcer. Wet voice. Oh my God.
He couldn't keep the straight face.
When you're here, you're here.
So that's one reading.
When you're here, you're here.
Yeah, Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here. That's what the bot came up with for the tagline.
Wow, that's almost as bad as no matter where you go, there you are.
No matter where you go, there you are. Yes, classic. So here's another reading of it. This reading is a little interesting too.
Olive Garden commercial. Interior, Olive Garden restaurant.
A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food.
Pasta nachos for you.
We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated. The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary.
I shall eat Italian citizens.
Unlimited stick.
We see the unlimited stick. It's infinite. It is all.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten classico from the kitchen.
We the gluten classico. We believe the waitress that it is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing.
What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4 says nothing.
Friend 4, what is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup. Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
We even got outtakes on this one.
Her mouth full of secret soup. They're warm and defeated. Sorry. All right.
Yes,
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than fuck. All right. A group of friends. All right. I thought this would be easier.
So there you go. That's another good reading. Unfortunately, no one has actually done the last part in a wet voice, as the script indicates. But
voice.
Here's the thing. It gets better than this. Those were audio recordings. We have some video examples of this fine script that have made their way onto the YouTubes, and I've collected a nice sampling of some of the video options here. So if you're not over on the youtube.com/Johnny Gators channel, which, oh my God, I don't have the chat up. So let me go over there myself.
Yeah, let me bring that up.
Yeah. We should see what people are saying about the Olive Garden. And we have Jack Wayne says WTF, and I don't even know which part he was saying WTF to. Maybe he was saying it about the Olive Garden. Let's hope that WTF was for the Olive Garden. So now we are about to dive into the video examples of what people have done with the script. Now, the first example is fairly simple. Someone did a reading of the script and used actual video footage of real Olive Garden commercials to put to it. So it's not that inventive, but it's something. And so here's this one.
Garden restaurant. A group of friends laughs at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food.
Pasta nachos for you?
We see the pasta nachos. They're warm and defeated.
The menu's here. Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary.
I shall eat Italian citizens. Unlimited stick?
We see the unlimited stick. It is infinite. It is all.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico from the kitchen. We see the Gluten Classico. We believe the waitress that it is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing.
What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4 says nothing.
Friend 4, what is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup.
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
So that's that one.
Oops.
What's oops?
Hit the wrong button.
Oh. And so don't worry. This gets better as we go, because you go from clipping actual Olive Garden commercials, try to piece something together, to the world of animation. And yes, of course, someone did try to animate this wonderful script here. And here is the animated version of that great commercial script that
a group of friends laugh at a dinner table. A waitress comes to deliver what could be considered food.
Pasta nachos for you.
We see pasta nachos. They are warm and defeated.
The menu is here. Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
We see the lasagna wings. There's more Italy than necessary.
I shall eat Italian citizens. Unlimited stick.
We see the unlimited stick. It is infinite.
It is all. Leave without me. I am home. Gluten Classico from the kitchen.
We the Gluten Classico. We believe the waitress that is from the kitchen. We have no reason not to believe. Friend 4 says nothing.
What is wrong, Friend 4?
Friend 4 says nothing.
Friend 4? What is wrong, Friend 4?
Friend 4 smiles wide. Her mouth is full of secret soup. Olive Garden. When you are here, you are here.
So that's I like the animation on that one. That was cute. It had a nice.
What was that cigarette thing that was like waving up there?
That was their interpretation of unlimited stick. Now, I think most people assume that unlimited stick is making reference to the unlimited breadsticks or the never-ending breadsticks. But
yeah, that's what I immediately thought.
But the script strictly says unlimited stick. So that's open to interpretation. And that's what's great about this bit here is we're getting to observe many different interpretations. Now, so far, no one has done the wet voice that the last line's supposed to be done in. But don't worry, there's more to go. Here's another group of people. Now we're getting to the people that decided to take a hand at acting and try to act out this wonderful script. So here's the first one I found of a group of people acting this out.
Pasta nachos for you.
The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian citizens.
Unlimited stick.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico. It's from the kitchen.
It's from the kitchen. What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4, what is wrong, friend 4?
There it is, the secret soup.
Olive Garden. Here.
There's the wet voice. Here. That is how that should be done.
The picture's just put up. And she's drooling the soup.
It's the secret soup. She smiles. Her mouth is full of secret soup. How else are you going to do that scene? That right there is kind of the climax of the whole thing, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
I'm
surprised if she didn't laugh her ass off.
That
is shot out everywhere.
I wish they posted the outtakes of all the like laughing and sputtering of secret soup all over the place because. So Brian has tweeted in to us that Brian is he's at Studio One today, but he has spent 3 hours at the doctor's. He is coughing his head off. Jay Booger would have a field day. As we know, Jay Booger is a big critic of Brian not muting whenever he coughs into the microphone. And so basically Brian is feeling under the weather and will be sitting out this week. That's too bad. We'll get his commentary next week when we do the painting. So here's another group of another nice.
Hate me too because when doing this, I cough spontaneously all of a sudden, and there's no way that I can hit the mute button.
Oh, don't worry, Venison. Jay Booger's expressed his hatred of you just as much, and he hates me too. He hates us all. I don't think he even listens anymore. So here we go. Here is acting group number 2 putting this commercial together, and this one's got some. This one has an interesting interpretation of infinite stick. But here we go. Here's this one.
Pasta nachos for you.
The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian citizens.
Unlimited stick!
Leave without me. I'm home!
Gluten Classico. From the kitchen!
What is wrong, friend 4? Friend 4! What is wrong, friend 4?
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
All right, that one had a good secret soup. Missing the wet voice at the end, though. Although that looked more like a secret stew than a secret soup.
I'm waiting for...
You're waiting for the stew. The soup.
No. Oh, God.
There it is. Now we know how much the delay is for venison. All right. Now, the last...
Come on, man. That just ate some greasy steaks and eggs.
Okay. All right, venison. This is the one we've all been waiting for. This one is the most professional-looking version I could find. I think this really exemplifies just how this script would look if it was brought to life as a real commercial on TV. So here you go. Here it is, the bot-written Olive Garden commercial.
Why am I scared of this?
This is a beautiful work of art right here.
Pasta nachos.
The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian, citizens.
Infinite stick.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico from the kitchen.
What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4, what is wrong, friend 4?
We're here, they're here.
There it is. The wet voice. Now we wait for the secret soup to catch up to venison.
What is the classical, gluten
classic? Oh, there's the secret soup.
Now the thing is, what is that? Gluten classical or whatever.
These dishes are all up for interpretation. And now this one, they basically had a bunch of bread and pasta in a bowl, because gluten would be like, what's in the bread, what's in the pastas, and it's supposed to sound like nonsense words put together to make dishes that make no sense. I
was about to say, were these real dishes? Any of them?
No. This is
okay, because I'm still ruminating over
the idea. Here's the thing. I'll let you in a little secret. This was not really written by an artificial intelligence. It was written to sound like it was written by an artificial intelligence. So they try to kind of put words together that kind of make sense, but you'd figure like an artificial intelligence would just kind of piece things together wrong. That's obvious to us. But, to an artificial intelligence, why wouldn't you have pasta nachos? These are both food items that you could piece together, and there's a dish. And, the
pasta nachos.
Pasta nachos.
They just sound like they
are
can't
warm.
Go together.
They are warm. They are defeated.
Yeah, that was another thing. Defeated.
Well, it's once again, the premise is that this is artificial intelligence. Now, Dune wants to know: does Ven like velvet things? Oh, we already talked about that.
And Dune is secret soup.
Dune's having the secret soup. What is wrong, friend 4? Friend 4, what is wrong? I do have to say though that the first one has bad acting, but they did get a wet voice, and so let's get that finale again. Because there we go. Oh, there we go. We'll start at the secret soup scene.
What's wrong, friend 4?
I mean, the acting was bad in this one, but I think the smile and soup reveal was done pretty well here.
Yeah. Yeah, just get it back out.
When you're here, you're here.
And that's a wet voice. I mean, each one does a different take on the wet voice, and they're both good in their own ways.
Okay, now define what a wet voice is.
Well, here, well, this one's kind of more of a water gargling voice, so that I guess would be
Wrong, friend 4.
We're here, they're here.
That's a wet voice. It's just supposed to be a nonsense thing that the artificial intelligence came up with to read it in a wet voice, and then of course this one does the kind of a little bit of a gargle with the voice. What's coming up right here as she smiles.
And
Olive Garden.
Once I agree
When you're
with you.
here, you're here.
Now, dude said, I thought wet meant with echo. You know what? That's true. That is another interpretation of a wet voice. As in the wet
effect.
Wet effect. Yeah, it could. You know what? I bet you the other ones that we were looking at there probably are doing a wet voice in that sense. Let's look at this one again.
The kitchen! What is wrong, friend 4?
Oh, here
Friend
we go.
4! What is wrong, friend 4?
The moment we've been leading up to.
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
There is more room voice on that than I don't know if that's would qualify as a wet voice though.
Okay. Oh, actually, something might be close to that. From a show that I watched, well, not too long ago. They're in marathon mode now. Where at the end of the show, they had a narrator type guy, doing a thing, saying describing a superhero, let's say.
Okay.
And then at the end of it, the last words were from a famous voice actor guy. I don't want to reveal it yet. I'll send you the clip once I get it transferred. But I think it's but the guy who says this is funny as hell just because there were so many goofs and parodies made of him saying this line.
Okay.
And then he said the line. Never mind. I won't tell you the rest of it. But to the people who were into this guy, this would be very, very funny.
Okay, so you might know something that might be amusing, and you might tell us someday.
Well, and actually, I want to send it to you first, and then you can tell us.
You want to send it to me? You have it available to send to me?
Not right now. I had to take it off the cassette deck, plug it into the computer, make MP3 of blah blah blah, and send it.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have a DVD recorder yet. Still trying to find one. That was a weird burp.
Thank you for sharing that with us. Jay Booger will be quite impressed.
I was. God. And speaking of TV,
yes.
Yeah, just real quick, and this for sort of like putting in Lulu's face. Yeah, about cartoons. Some of them are really good. Now, I don't remember what it was because I was extremely stoned. We're already gone to bed. I had the volume turned down to what I call, sleeping volume, where I can still hear everything, but it's a little low enough so it won't keep you awake if I fall asleep. And I don't remember what show. I don't remember what show this was. It might have been Peabody and Sherman, or something close to that. No, it wasn't anything on, Cartoon Network. Okay, basically, they were doing the dozen. Is one character went and said something to this black woman that was there. It was like a cook or a representative or something. And she was like, "Oh no, you didn't."
Oh no, you didn't.
And they went at it. I mean, they went at it with just like, your mother's so ugly. She tried to, enter an ugly contest, and they denied her. They said they didn't want any professionals.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
Yeah,
like your mama's so fat she puts on her belt with a boomerang, and your mama's so fat she fell in love and broke it. Your mama's so dumb she got locked in the grocery store and starved to death. Your mama's like a hardware store, 10 cents a screw. Yeah, all the classics, right?
Oh yeah, I also like the one that says, someone said it was chilly outside. Your mother went out there with a spoon.
Your mama's so fat when she puts on a red dress, people say, "Hey, there's the Kool-Aid guy."
Damn it!
And there's the cough. No, we can get Brian on here, pan you each to a channel, and have stereo coughing.
And there was the iced tea to stop it. All right. Oh, damn! I can't really think of the proper wording for the rest of them. Some of them were good. Like the Space Hubble said, "Get out of the way."
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, multiple zip codes, things like that. And the thing is, the guy who attacked her started losing it and stuttering, all like that, and she buried him. It was funny as hell. But of course, I didn't have anything to record it, and
and you never saw it again.
I didn't write it down. Oh, I'll probably see it again. I just don't know where to look. I don't know what show that was, but it was funny.
I once saw a disturbing animated short, and I don't know if I can find it again. And it was something I remember it was on, and it was on the TV, and my dad was in the room, and we just we were at Heart Lake, and my grandparents had had cable, and we grew up not having cable. And so, anytime we were at, the house at Heart Lake or at a grandparent's house, whatever, we'd always have the TV on to, one of the cable channels that show a bunch of cartoons and all kinds of programming we, don't get at home. And this is like the greatest thing ever. And some of the animated short came on in the middle of something, and it had to do with a bunch of kids sledding down a snow hill. And at the bottom of the hill was a road. And one of the kids was, keeping an eye out for traffic. to let the kids know when it was safe to come down the hill. And all of a sudden, he's been distracted by so-and-so. And there was a truck coming. And the kid goes down the hill and splat! Gets hit by the truck. And we thought this was hilarious. My dad's like, oh, this is awful. What is this? And we didn't care. We thought it was the greatest thing ever. And now that I think about that, it's a bit messed up that they put that on children's programming. But
Yes!
and now I'm like, what the hell was that? And how did that make it onto children's programming? Because that is pretty damn fucked up.
Yes. And that's not the first time I've heard of something like that. I've seen something like that too. Not that one, but something like it.
I'm searching for it right now, and I can't find it. It's not coming up. But there was another kind of dark animated short that came on, and I think this one I can find. I don't know how to find it though. This one I've found before because I quite remember. It had to do with a guy eating an egg.
What channel was this on?
I don't know what it was.
Oh man. Because I watch, a good portion of those too. From Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, Disney XD, Boomerang, stuff like that. There's some decent stuff on each of them if you switch around enough. And you usually find something that'll keep you occupied.
Oh, I think I found it.
You're doing nothing.
I think I found it. I gotta grab this now. I just need to. I'm gonna just grab it as a download so I can easily pop it up here. There we go. We'll save that there, and there we go. We'll just go ahead and drag that into here. There it is. So this is something I remember from. They showed this like in between shows. There's a little short animation. And it has to do with a guy eating an egg. I think it's a soft-boiled egg, and you have breakfast. He's very religious, saying his prayers before he eats.
Oh, the egg!
You remember this one? Then?
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to come up, but yeah.
Hey, who is it?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, but just a minute. I'm a-coming. Hello. Hello.
Oh, I remember seeing this years ago.
Yes, what is it? Hey. Hey, watch it. Who is it? No, stop that. Hey, no.
And he keeps smashing the egg.
Hey, no. Oh, oh!
Completely destroying it and killing it. But meanwhile, he hears a sound above him.
Hey, who is it? Yeah, but just a minute. I'm a-coming. Hello. Hello. Yes, what is it? Hey. Hey, watch it. Who is it?
Rats started appearing in his walls.
No, stop that. Hey, no. No.
All of a sudden, his hand crushes.
Oh, oh!
Weird, isn't it?
Very. Like I said, I remember
Yeah.
seeing that years ago. I thought it was pretty funny then.
Yeah, I never. It didn't strike me as funny. It struck me as odd or interesting.
Yeah.
The whole.
Well, to me, light funny.
Yeah.
It's just one of those surreal, metaphysical things.
No. Of course, there's another great classic animation that we do have to. I do have to grab this one now because this is just such a classic that we have. You can't talk about animation without talking about this one, and I just need to grab it off of the YouTubes. We may as well be educational about the animation histories. Oh, there we go. It's just coming. It's giving me
For a
trouble.
moment, I heard that the classical music for a free second, and I thought immediately
of what it is.
Gonna play that by Marv Newland.
Oh, it's not letting me download it. Oh, all right. We'll do it this way. We'll share this. We'll share the screen. There we go. Screen capture. Here we go. Monitor capture. There we go. There it is. There it is. Little Bambi in the field.
Yes, I thought.
Yes. I mean, it's Bambi meets Godzilla, so it's a story of friendship, I think, is what this is going to be. How could this go wrong with the music they set up and the cute little deer, little Bambi in the field there?
Yeah, this was funny.
Yeah, we get the credits here, and, it's a nice little black and white, very basic animation with the, the tail wagging.
By Mr. and Mrs. Newland.
Screenplay by Marv Newland. There you go, choreographed by Marv Newland. Bambi's Wardrobe by Marv Newland. Yeah. Produced by Marv Newland. Marv Newland produced by Mr. and Mrs. Newland. Yeah, that's a good one. And there's Godzilla.
The first time we saw that was in the theater. And the first time we saw that, it combination shocked us and made us laugh.
It's
the whole theater laughed at that one.
We gratefully acknowledge the city of Tokyo for their help in obtaining Godzilla for this film.
And speaking of which, since I've seen that name come up so much, it struck me that there's a very popular cartoon. And again, I don't remember which it was. Very popular cartoon that Marv Newland did and produced. And I was like, really? The same guy who did this.
Which one is that?
I don't remember the name of the cartoon. I don't.
Let's see.
But he's on a couple of them.
Let's see. Newland began a career making animated motion pictures in Los Angeles with the creation of the short Bambi Meets Godzilla in 1969. He then designed animated television commercials until late 1970 when he moved to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. While in Toronto, he designed, directed, and animated television commercials for Sesame Street and educational television, and segments for longer films. Newland was also one of two designers and storyboard artists on the Cinera Productions cartoon Super Joe. He was a storyboard designer on an unemployment insurance film at Crawley Films in Ottawa and created designs and layouts for TV commercials for Faux Sign Productions in New York. In late 1972, Newland moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. He spent 2 years freelancing for local animated film production companies as well as animation companies in Chicago and Los Angeles. In 1973, Newland created storyboards for the animated television series Barbapapa, while at Toonder Studios in the Netherlands. Let's see.
Okay.
It still doesn't say what it specifically is worked on, other than mentioning some Sesame Street shorts and being involved with Super Joe.
Are you looking at this on Wikipedia?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia.
There should be a section on there that says, films that he's made.
Here we go.
Listing.
At Rocket Ship, he founded the animation film production company International Rocket Ship Limited in Vancouver in '75, and he produced and directed some shorts, including Sing Beast Sing, Anna Jam, Hooray for Sandbox Land, Black Hula, Pink Comcomer, and Fuv. I've not heard of any of these shorts, and they have broken links for most of them. Let's see. Company also produced.
Jam, I remember.
What's that?
Anna Jam, I remember.
Anna Jam. Okay, I don't know any of these.
Well, he did some series type animation, shows.
Newland also designed and directed the National Film Board of Canada vignette Bill Miner. Rocket Ship also produced TV commercials, promos, network IDs for clients like MTV, YTV Junior, Nickelodeon, Nick Jr., Children's Television Workshop. A lot of little small bit work. Pilots for series and 2 longer films. Gary Larson's Tales from the Far Side, which won the Grand Prix at the Annecy International Animation Film Festival, and a sequel in '96. Newland had freelanced for other companies. This work includes directing episodes of the 3D stop motion series, The PJs. Oh, I remember The PJs. That was I thought that was like a claymation type thing, wasn't it? Oh, well, they say 3D stop motion, which basically means claymation. The Preacher's Life, Fear of a Black Rat, and Let's Get Ready to Roomba. Yeah, he had a career. He's had quite a career.
Damn, I wish I remember what show he was on. Because his name is listed in there as a main, contributor. Shit. And I remember, like I said, it was something very popular. Like an Aqua Teen, Hunger Force popular. Although I don't think he did it, but I don't know. I gotta look at the credits again. But I know that he, has done something, that's still currently being played.
Now who did Chirpy?
Oh, God knows. Thinking of one, who did that one? And why is he still walking around free?
We need to find out who did Chirpy. Let's see. Chirpy was an animated short by director John Goras, winner of Best Animation at the 2002 New York Underground Film Festival. After showings in Germany and the UK, Chirpy was banned in London by ruling of the Westminster Council in 2002.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh my God, there was a sequel. Chirpy Returns was released in the summer of 2007.
Really?
Yes. Oh my God, we have to find this now.
Oh, yeah.
We have to find Chirpy Returns. And I have to watch it, and you'll have to watch my reaction. Oh my God, it's available on Vimeo. We can watch this. Oh my God, this is 8 minutes long. Oh, this one's a much different style. Okay, written by John E. Goras, voices by those people. Sounds by Chris D. Butler. Everything else by John E. Goras. All right. Oh, there's the horse drinking some water. Okay. And Chirpy's. Oh, they're still together. How sweet. And they're lying together in the field, looking up at the sky.
Stud, I've been thinking. It's time we saw other people. Calm down, Stud. It's been a damn good fuckfest, but I gotta get my egg hole back to some state of normality. Goodbye, Stud.
Get my egg hole back to some state of normality. And Chirpy's gone. And the horse is kind of.
What the?
Oh, horse is good. Nope, horse is not happy. Ah, that's sad.
How come I'm not seeing it yet?
This is a bummer.
Sometimes I look at our modern world, our modern life, and I think about the way things are.
Okay, so we got a poetry night here that we're coming in on. And
I miss Chirpy.
horse is sad, crying, red eyes.
Need to think about because in and of itself is doing the R.
So he's at the bar with the poetry reading, smoking a cigarette, crying his eyes out over Chirpy. Man, this is a downer.
It's a shame what this Chirpy chick has done to you.
Oh, it's too much for me.
Son, you are a deplorable wreck.
So welcome, I say to now.
Stud, baby, there are plenty of other honeys out there. Here you go.
Your aunt now.
He's putting his snout in a bucket of beer.
Now is happy. Am I happy now? I just very
Oh, he's fucking the mechanical bull now. This is sad. Oh, the mechanical bull is kicking in. This is weird. And sad. Oh. Lisa. And there's the puke.
Is the horse okay?
What do you make of this so far from what you're hearing, Venison?
Cocksucker, motherfucker, what was that?
You're gonna need a link, aren't you?
Yes!
And there's the horse stick.
I'm gonna ride that fucker.
Yeah, that's... Oh! Oh! That is one gray, granny, shaggy tip, white hair. Oh! Oh my! What the heck are you doing?
Disgusting, but I'm gonna blow my load.
No!
Good.
No! Oh! Okay, let me send you the link here, Venison.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, now I got watching it.
Oh my God! No! What the heck is this? Okay, all right. Oh! Now the old saggy lady is transforming into
this.
What?
How come?
Turn this bag into
What the
a
heck is this?
woman. Hey, that
And-
old slut
and Lou-
Sally just fucked that stud fella, and everything just.
Lulu got here just in time to find out they made a sequel to Chirpy.
Oh God, no!
Yes, and so far.
No!
Would you like the link? Would you like the link?
No.
You know, I'm sending you the link.
No. Oh no, I'm not watching it. I'm not. No, that's one thing I refuse to watch.
Have you seen
No.
Have you seen the first Chirpy?
Yes.
Well, why would you want to see how it turns out?
'Cause no.
I mean, where are they now? Where is Chirpy now? People want to know.
I hope in the ground having maggots eating him.
Oh my God! I sent Venison the link, and Venison's call got disconnected. So I think Chirpy broke Venison. So how are you doing, Lulu?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Aside from having my my place ransacked and having my food stolen and my car keys stolen by a homeless person.
Wow, you're leading an interesting life. The car keys were stolen. Now, what's the status of the car?
The car is fine. It's just the car keys are stolen.
So he's like, ooh, shiny, and wandered off with them.
Oh, by the way, they were living in my car at night and driving my car.
Oh, but they were bringing it back.
But they were bringing it back, and then they decided to steal the car keys.
So they can come get the car whenever they want it now.
Yeah.
They had a good ruse going on because you had no idea. You just thought you had shitty gas mileage, and now the gig's up. You know what's up. And
yeah, so I'm like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I'm getting the spare keys. And by the way, hold on.
They could have milked this for years.
Yeah, they could have like done this for years, but
I mean, you know,
I caught on because my car keys went missing because they took my car keys finally. Luckily, my mom had a spare, so we made extra keys, and
But
now
they have a set of keys that work even if you do lock it.
Oh no. The car keys only work for the engine.
Oh,
we don't have a pair of keys to unlock the car. You have to lock it by a set of numbers.
So they don't have the means to get into the car.
No.
So you were leaving it unlocked thinking, well, who would go into a car they couldn't start? And they like, hey, we found the key that starts it.
Yeah.
And
because dumb me left the keys in the car.
Oh, that's how this started. And then you didn't leave the keys in the car, and they're like, I'm going to go get the keys. And, ooh, snacks.
Shit.
Yeah, so they took frozen meat out of my freezer. They've taken soda out of my refrigerator. They've taken cheese. They've taken spreads. They've taken chips. They've taken bread. They've taken potatoes. They've taken anything that they could cook over an open fire.
So they got plans.
Yeah, they had plans of coming back and redoing this. And they even took my cake. Okay, I had a Boston cream cake that I was going to finish in the next day or two. And there was about like a third left. You know, I was, portioning it out. And they fucking up and took it. I was like, what the fuck? And my family didn't believe me. They were like, oh, you're walking, you're sleepwalking and eating. You don't remember eating. And then finally, like, this lady is walking down the dirt road carrying the sleeping bag that we have, this big old sleeping bag. And then my mom's like, wow, you were really telling the truth.
Sleeping bag in one hand, big old hunk of Boston cream pie in the other.
Yeah. I was like, you bitches.
Sounds like they're stoners, too.
No, she's a heroin addict.
Oh.
The sheriff and police know her.
Even better.
Yeah.
What?
They were like, oh, we know this lady. She lives in a swamp. They're like, about 3 miles deep into the woods.
Yeah, she also lives in your car.
Yeah, she also lives in my car, apparently. Because I find snack cake wrappings from fucking Walmart, apparently.
She's going to need to get the mail forwarded from to your car now. Oh, man.
And Gators, do me a favor. Send me that link over Twitter.
Over Twitter.
I have no idea where that one you sent went.
Oh, okay. All right. At Venison 88 link warning, do not use this link unless you are as disturbed as Venison 88. There we go. Just make sure our good friend Steve Guttenberg doesn't click on that link and go, oh boy, that Johnny Gators sure post some funny shit. And what? I don't want to burn that bridge yet.
But she was finally caught in a neighbor's house in a neighbor's house taking a shower. No, she was taking a shower. She broke in, took a shower, was wearing his clothes, had another bundle of clothes, and a sack of food, and he was trying to catch her, and she bolted out of his house and took off into the woods. So he made a police report, and she left her other belongings there, and so more than likely my keys are being investigated. Because my keys are supposedly with the police now.
So they are evidence in an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, they're evidence in an ongoing investigation now.
Damn.
Okay, all right. Well, gee, that's gonna be real fun when she can't get to her next heroin dose while I know, right? Up. Oh boy, she's gonna freak out in the jail cell. That's gonna be real fun for everyone else who's hanging out there. Oh man, you've I think you win. This is more entertaining than the secret soup. We were talking about Olive Garden earlier, and did you ever read that script that was floating around of the artificial intelligence that was made to watch 1,000 hours of Olive Garden commercials? Wrote a Olive Garden commercial script, and no, okay. Yeah, well, people have taken the script and acted it out, and so it was interesting to see the different interpretations. You know what? These were so good. We may as well watch my three favorite again. So once again, this is the Olive Garden commercial written by a artificial intelligence as acted out by various people on the internet. Here is reading number 1, which is a little dry, but has a good secret soup ending. So
Pasta nachos for you.
The menu is here.
Hope you didn't eat yet.
Extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian citizens.
Unlimited stick.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico. It's from the kitchen.
It's from the kitchen. What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4. What is wrong, friend 4?
What the fuck?
She smiles. Her mouth is filled with secret soup. Is what's written on the script.
Olive Garden. When you're here, you're here.
So that's interpretation number 1. Here's interpretation number 2.
Pasta nachos for you!
The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian citizens.
What the fuck?
Unlimited stick!
What the hell?
Different interpretation of the unlimited stick.
Leave without me. I'm home!
Gluten Classico. From the kitchen!
What is wrong, friend 4? Friend 4! What is wrong, friend 4?
Olive Garden.
Oh
You're
no!
here.
That's their interpretation of secret soup.
No!
Now here's the real professional looking version of this great commercial.
Pasta nachos.
The menu is here.
Lasagna wings with extra Italy.
I shall eat Italian, citizens.
Infinite stick.
Leave without me. I'm home.
Gluten Classico from the kitchen.
What is wrong, friend 4?
Friend 4, what is wrong, friend 4?
We're here, they're here.
So, yeah, that is 3 different great interpretations of the AI robot's Olive Garden commercial script.
Yeah, and I think I see one error.
What error do you see? What, the secret soup isn't so secret once they open their mouth?
No. You know, people don't know how to use punctuation marks. There's supposed to be a comma in there. You know, so you can say, you know, I eat Italian, citizens.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, is without the punctuation, that kind of shows there's 2 ways to interpret that sentence. Most people interpret
of course,
it
but
as...
you're not going to eat Italian citizens.
But that's how it reads. So I think that 3rd commercial took a little liberty with the inflection to try to normalize the line a little more.
Yeah.
I'm eating Italian, citizens. Yeah, that's not quite how I read it, but then again, that also shows the different interpretations of what a wet voice means at the end. Does it mean with reverb, or does it mean literally as if you have water on your voice?
Yes, water on your voice.
Right. That with the gargling. That's why the last commercial was gargling out the last line, because it's said to be read in a wet voice. Because that is what the artificial intelligence decided it should read as. So there you go. And those are 3 very different secret soups, I have to say. Those.
That second one was not a secret soup. That was baby shit. That was baby shit, dude.
Let's review.
That was 3 different versions of secret vomit.
That was baby shit. That was not secret soup. That was baby shit.
Yeah, that's a little. Maybe it's an extra chunky soup. That
was not soup.
That's not soup. You say that's.
That was not soup.
Now, the first one clearly is soup, because that had like a tomato soup type of base going on there. That is definitely a secret soup. Well, it was secret until she opened her mouth, and this, on the other hand, is maybe a stew. Maybe it's a secret stew.
Not even that. Not even that.
Not even. You're not even going with a stew. Let's.
No. That one even there. Maybe it was cheese and broccoli. She was.
Yeah, that could be a cheese and broccoli soup that we got going on there.
But how many times would a person have to like go, with like something in their mouth? It just.
Yeah, I mean. How many, it takes a certain number of takes to do something in a straight face. So, yeah, there was some laughter and spraying of secret soup for a few takes. I wish they included the outtakes for this. But
that takes some vomit fetish, man. That's some vomit fetish. That face right there is vomit fetish.
That's the secret soup. It's with that
ain't secret soup. That is vomit fetish. Just like, look at me.
The secret is it's vomit.
Oh no.
No, that could be a cheesy broccoli soup. That totally works.
Or Tuscan cheese.
There you go. It's secret soup. And they're all happy with the secret soup.
When you're here, you're here.
Doesn't it make you
They're
want
gurgling to come.
Does it make you want to go eat at Olive Garden right now?
No.
No.
Olive Garden is overrated.
Exactly. It's not bad, but it's it's chain, and they have Italian food.
Have you seen the Italian grandmother's review Olive Garden?
No, I've not seen this. I might have to find this now.
Yeah, they review Olive Garden. It's on YouTube.
All right, let's pull that up here. Italian grandmother review Olive Garden, and
Nicole saying, "Ew."
Oh, there we go. Oh, Italian grandmas try Olive Garden for the first time.
That one.
Made this. This is eggplant parmesan.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna try it out.
What makes Italian food so great?
It's an ancient type of food, and the natural part of the food. You know, the good oil, the good earth.
To cook it, to eat it, to watch other people eat it is even better.
Anything that grows naturally. That's what makes the Italian food.
Okay,
great.
all right. I'm sure Olive Garden could deliver. Oh, hey, they got breadsticks.
Ugly. It looks like a skinny to me.
I wish that this breadstick would be more flavorful, like with garlic flavor, or just a little more salt on top. Not even inside, just a little more flavor.
It tastes like merda. That's no good. You know what merda is?
What does that mean?
Terrible.
Delicious with the oil. Oh, very good.
Well, they like it. All right, got the eggplant to parmesan.
What kind of is this?
It's crispy the way I like it made. Eggplant has to be crispy. The tomatoes are fresh, and I love it. Delicious.
Okay, these two like it.
Tastes like it just came from the garden.
The fry, I don't like the way it's fried.
This almost look like eggplant parmigiana.
Very good.
It almost
is
looks like
eggplant,
eggplant,
right?
I don't want any more, honestly. I don't want any more.
I have to be honest here. We don't make spaghetti and meatball. This is an American recipe.
Olive Garden is good for American people.
Who cooked this because they didn't cook it right?
The spaghetti is just right. Just the way I like it.
We get the unpicky.
The pasta has no bite, no texture.
Really good. It really is good. Then
lasagna.
No.
Okay. No. Fair enough.
Maybe a little more salt in the sauce.
The lasagna they're supposed to look like all together. You fill it up, the first layer, you put ricotta, you put I usually make a little meatball.
It's a sin that they call it lasagna.
I should bring my daughter here next time.
Cheese ravioli.
Oh, golly, what is this?
That's a ravioli.
No, these are not ravioli.
That's a ravioli.
No, these are not ravioli.
They might have to be cooked a little longer. But then if you overcook them, they may open up, and that's why most people don't overcook them.
I wonder what kind of tomatoes they use. It's very, very good. Very good.
The flavor of the tomato mixing with the mozzarella, the cheese that is inside of the pasta. And the pasta is pretty good too.
This is soft, but the ends are very hard. They're like almost raw. You know, the dough over here because it's doubled together.
Not taste sweet, the way we make, the salsa. Not sweet. We make them tasting. The smell has to be.
Final thoughts.
Oh, mamma mia. I wish you can come to my house and try my spaghetti.
And they have a lot of good deals now, too. Yes, I know. Buy one, get one free. Oh, I love that. Used to be that. You can take home a dinner.
American San Marino cook. Everything you give, it's best. Oh, it's wonderful. Oh, so good. And when you know something, the way is the taste, you say no.
I love Italian food. It is a passion with me. I'm passionate about it. My whole life rolls around Italian food.
Yeah, so that was... what's really funny is how they keep cutting back to the two that absolutely love it. And everyone else is like, this is...
Wow.
That is great. That there's just the two there that's just eating it all up. Like, oh, this is great. It's like, okay, these are the two that can't cook. We got it. We got it. The best Thai meal they ever had. Why? They didn't have to cook it. They're no fools. Free food.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
One of those people, her fork is bent at a 90-degree angle. Why?
I don't know.
Holy shit. She's right, though. The ravioli didn't look like ravioli.
No. That's not ravioli. That's not. Not ravioli.
It sure don't look like Chef Boyardee.
I like the one that picks up the breadstick and goes, "This looks like a dick."
Not only that, looks like a tiny dick or a small dick.
Yeah, it looks like a small dick. It's like, what?
Like, whoa, hold on a second.
It's like, you're my grandma.
How big of a dick are you looking for, Grandma? That's things I never thought I'd say. Dude, don't you dare. Don't you do it.
You know who's done it.
Never hear. It's a question I never wanted to hear.
No, yeah, no one wants to. Nicole writes in "ew," and I don't even know when she wrote that in. For all you know, it was talking about the Italian food or the secret soup or
the secret soup.
The dick. I don't know.
You didn't hear me when I mentioned her earlier.
Oh, okay. She was writing about the secret soup. Okay. Anyways, next week we paint because we're going to paint every other week. So
this time I got watercolors.
Okay. All right. So you were doing acrylic last week.
Yeah.
And next week you're going to do watercolor. And
yes.
I'm going to stick with the official patented Bob Ross thick oil paint and the Bob Ross. And I bought this. I bought something new for next week.
What?
I bought a fully standing easel. So I can stand at the easel. Well, what I found is that when I was sitting at the desk last week, when you get to parts where you got to like paint on the bottom of the canvas, like paint the water, my arm would kind of hit the table, so I couldn't really get a good free, I had to kind of work around the table, when I would try to angle my brush certain ways. And then also it's kind of weird having the camera hit the back of my head. So, standing at an easel, I can kind of like turn and paint and you look at the camera, turn and look at the palette. So I'm gonna do it standing like Bob Ross did. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes next week. I believe we're sticking with season 1, so we'll go on to episode 2, which I think is a mountain scene that Bob did for the second episode of the show. And I know I can paint mountains because I've done that before. You kind of get the knife to get the peaks there, and then you pull them down. We'll get to all see that. You're not going to want to miss that next week. And Neo will paint some avocado mountains. And
fuck you!
No, you.
Fuck you!
No, that's not an insult. Here's the thing. You kind of started with like an avocado-looking sky, and you turn the painting into something very interesting. We have happy little accidents, It's and that's what you had a big ultimate happy little accident that worked out great. That's what Bob Ross is all about, right?
I want to stab Bob Ross.
Hey, I came with a painting that you can kind of see trees and you can kind of see water, but I really I can't figure out how Bob gets the shading to stick the way it does and to actually look like leaves on a tree. Because when I touch the canvas again to add the lighter colors, it just mixes in with the dark colors. And I know that Bob often said, you don't want to be a mud mixer. And so I know I don't want to be a mud mixer. The key thing is I don't know how to not be a mud mixer. So that's something I'm hoping I can learn in future episodes. What is it?
You know what I think it is?
What do you think it is?
I think he stops and comes back to it because the only way that I've not been a mud mixer is if I let the paint dry a little bit and then painted other shades over it.
If that's the case, that might be scandalous because I think
I'm fucking telling you, dude.
I think one of the points is that it's shot live without edits.
I'm fucking telling you. I think he's a crock of shit.
It could be. You know, it's... I mean, the theory is that you have the magic white, which is a thin paint on the canvas, and then you have his thicker than normal oil paints, and the thick paint blends with the magic white, lets you move things around, and you're supposed to paint with thinner paint when you add another layer because a thin paint's supposed to stick to the thick paint. So I think that maybe he has some kind of a gentle touch.
No, if you look at how he does the stroking of the paints, those are some thick ass strokes, especially when he's using his knife. And the only way you can actually put different colors on a thick paint like that is if they are partially dry. And I know this from experience.
I mean, that is the standard traditional way to paint in stages and let things dry. The theory is that with wet on wet, you could do what Bob Ross does without letting it dry. That's the theory. But you think that it's bullshit.
No, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Well, we're going to continue to prove what bullshit is every other week here by attempting to do what Bob is
In other
claiming.
words, she just turned your stuff into conspiracy theory.
Oh my God, you know what? I think we have to do this now. Do I not have a button for that anymore?
Oh, sure. You know, he has it ready whenever I say something, but now, whenever he says something, can't find it.
I am finding it.
Can't find it for me. La, na, 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 na.
Okay. You know what? Maybe we take this line.
Na, 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 na.
Maybe we take this line and edit it to "That's not how the painting works."
That's not how the Force works.
That's not how the painting works. Okay, that's not the right sound effect. I've been waiting for something to use that one for though, because that was in my mind. That was the greatest line in that whole Star Wars movie. That's not how the Force works. That was, but that doesn't help us right now. So let's.
Just reminds me, I gotta watch these movies.
But I'm serious, and there's certain times within the shows where it cuts weird. It honestly cuts weird.
It cuts weird.
Yes.
Yeah, those weird cuts when they go from camera 1 to camera 2.
Well, no, when he cuts from mixing the paint to the actual canvas.
You saying that you think that they cut away from the canvas, they cut back to the canvas, and there's been more change to the canvas than should have taken place in the amount of time they cut away.
Yes.
So when he's cutting away to pre-recorded footage of his pet squirrels, that has nothing to do with him showing off his love of wildlife. That's just to cover up the fact that they're editing and
yes.
letting.
Yes. They're letting the goddamn paint dry.
He's letting the paint dry. The wet on wet technique is a fraud. Now, what about? But Bill Alexander was doing the same thing on his show, though. I don't know.
This is the past.
Anyways, we will still. I'm sticking with this. I'm gonna try to continue Bob's technique through these episodes, and we'll see if I can find a way to make what Bob is suggesting he is doing actually work, or not. You know, maybe I'll just be a bud mixer the rest of my life. If anything, I'll have plenty of paintings suitable for hanging in the bathroom. And being that we're going to do this every other week, I'm going to accumulate more paintings than I can hang around here. So if anyone wants to buy some really bad paintings for their bathroom, just send me a message through the chat room, and
you should have a patron.
I might have to start paying people to take these paintings.
Yeah,
you should have a patron, because if we're doing this every other week, then for like say $5 they get a painting.
Oh, there you go. See, because
they can win a painting.
Because Bob Ross would donate the paintings from his episodes to PBS stations, and they would auction them off. Mm-hmm. And me, I could get $5 and let's give someone something to hang on their bathroom wall.
$5 they can enter a drawing, and like once a month, you can see who are the lucky 4 that will get a painting.
There we go. There we go. And you know, you gotta be careful about contents and entries. I don't know why this suddenly came into my mind when you said the drawing, but and this is a real conspiracy that I'm gonna come clean to now. So this is hopefully the statute of limitations are up on this. Because
you do.
I might be getting some people in trouble here. Oh, you know what? It's okay, because the bank that did this doesn't exist anymore. They were acquired by another bank, and that bank might have been acquired by another bank by this point. So heck,
how much did you get from them?
I didn't get anything, but so I was working at the bank, and they were having a drawing for baseball game tickets. I think it was probably for the Somerville Patriots. And the rules were that you were allowed to enter the drawing 1 entry every day. That was the only limit or restriction that was put on it. Which means you could, in theory, come to the bank every day and fill out a ticket and put it in there. So the mailman, who didn't have an account with our bank and didn't bank with us, which also the rules does not restrict this to only customers. Anyone can enter. If you want the homeless heroin addict that took your keys, she could have walked it off the street into the bank there, filled out a form, dropped it in the box, would have been perfectly fine. All in the up and up. So the mailman was putting a ticket in the box every day. And on top of that, our branch was a slow branch, so every day they would joke with the mailman, like, "Oh, you're probably going to win all those tickets because hardly anyone else is entering." And he's like, and so a few months go by, and it's time to do the drawing, and we're drawing out 10 of these, and so draw it out, it's the mailman. Draw it out, it's the mailman. Draw it out, it's the mailman. Draw it out. Basically, we drew out 9 entries from the mailman and 1 entry from someone else. And so we called the main branch and we said, well, the mailman won 9 tickets and so-and-so won a ticket. And the, assistant, the bank vice president, the number 2 guy, he was like, you can't do that. You can't get the and so we're looking at the rules. Nowhere in the rules does it say, only limit it to 1 prize. That was not stipulated anywhere there. And so basically he said, keep pulling out tickets till you get 10 different people. and so she, our supervisor, she kept pulling out. It got to the point that we emptied out the box and we found 9 tickets that were not the mailman out of all of the tickets.
Wow.
And so, and we were coached, do not tell the mailman about this. You just tell him, well, gee, more people entered than we thought. And, Because
oh my god!
I think he knew something was up. He's like, I didn't even get 2 entries pulled out. But he's not going to be greedy. Like, how dare you only give me 1 prize? But he did question it, and we just kind of did a little like, yeah, it was just there were a lot of other entries actually. It added up over time. But no, we totally just had to go through all of them and find all the non-postman entries.
Oh my god!
Postman stuffing the ballot box.
It was all within the rules. I was like, man, that's, because on the one hand, I understood where they were coming from. It was kind of, like, it kind of sucked that the way this turned out was that the mailman, who doesn't even, bank with us, was just delivering the mail every day, like, was going to win all the tickets for this prize. But on the other hand, them's the rules. You set the policy a certain way, you got to follow it to the end. And they're like, why are we going to give all these baseball tickets to the mailman who doesn't even bank with us? But because that's the rules. That's how it turned out. So yeah, we totally ripped them. We totally. I don't know what you'd call that. Cheating.
Yeah, pretty
fraud.
much.
I think we defrauded the U.S. government because he's a federal employee. So I think that counts as defrauding the U.S. government, wouldn't it? I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much.
I didn't touch any of these entries with a 10-foot pole. I did not pull a single ballot out of that box. I had nothing to do. I just watched and said nothing for all these years. Like I said, I think the statute of limitations is up on this.
Has it been more than 10 years?
Yes, it's been more than 10 years.
You're safe. You're safe.
Oh, thank you.
Wouldn't it be funny if the man was listening right now?
It would be funny. I don't think he's listening. He could be, he might be a week from now or a year from now flipping through different, YouTube videos. Oh, what the heck? Yeah, that looks kind of like that guy that I used to bank with, except he's got more hair on his face and less hair on his head. And all of a sudden, there I am talking about, yeah, we ripped that postman off. We totally defrauded him. It was all a hoax.
That son of a bitch.
I knew it. I knew I should have won more tickets than they gave me.
Oh, man. And next day, you find federal agents at your door.
Well, on that note, if I don't get arrested in the next week for defrauding the U.S. Federal government, we will be back next week for painting. So you're not going to want to miss that. We're going to be paint mountains. She's Lulu's gonna do a watercolor version of this, and I'm gonna try to stick to the Bob Ross method and technique and see if I can make it work. And Lulu is gonna try to prove that it's not gonna. So I think we have a little kind of a side bet going here, because I think I can eventually make this technique work. Maybe not as good as Bob Ross, but somewhat. And you think that I'm just destined for failure unless I don't actually follow the technique that Bob's teaching.
Pretty much.
Well, you know what? We're going to have a lot of paintings to watch this unfold. And I guess we got Team Lulu and Team Gators. So, pick your team and follow along. And maybe we'll set up a Patreon so you can buy our paintings or buy my paintings. Are you going to hang yours up in your bathroom?
I have a very small bathroom. They won't all hang up in there. So.
Start hanging them up in family members' bathrooms.
I'll start having wall art in the.
Start handing them out. Start handing them out to the homeless people. Hey, please. Please don't take my keys, but here, have a painting.
Here's a painting. God bless.
Yeah, just hang them up with a sign that says, "For the love of God, take whatever you want, but don't take the painting." And then you'll find that the painting's gone, everything else is left alone.
Yes.
take up the paintings as bait for
Take this. It's worth thousands.
Yes.
Sell it in the pawn shop.
It'll be worth thousands after I'm dead. You have to wait for me to die. You know?
Yeah, really.
But anyways, we've got lots of more fun programming all week long on NHGRadio.com. Tomorrow night, Video Vamp goes on. And, of course, on Friday, there's other people that do a show that I forget the name of right now. But on Saturday, on twitch.tv/5HitDune, Dune does the 5-hit. And then on Sunday night, 6 to 8, Dune and Bob show, with me playing the role of Bob.
That.
And but we do try to be educational here on
Oh,
this
real
show.
quick.
Go ahead.
Just because he mentioned, shows that shouldn't be on kids' cartoon TV.
Right.
Yeah. Well, lately, Disney XD has been doing Guardians of the Galaxy, the animated series.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool. I like it. But they're doing this series now, or a mini-series, called The Black Vortex.
Black Vortex.
Which is basically an inescapable prison. And it had to go through this gate, in order to avoid blowing up from a ship that's self-destructing. So they went through. Now, they each ended up in the different sections. And this was some of the most bizarre, chaotic, ununderstandable shit you ever saw. And I was like, whoa, this is way deep. And it's something else that should not be on kids' television. Because some of it was really creepy and scary.
Well, one thing we know is that you're the master of what shouldn't be on kids' television, because you keep swearing up and down, left and right, that you saw Daniel Tiger Balls. But we have yet to see any real evidence of Daniel Tiger's balls.
Because they've been long removed.
Yeah, they digitally removed the Daniel Tiger Balls and have hidden all evidence of them. Uh-huh.
They did.
Okay, all right. Anyways,
that's what I mentioned on the air.
So, what else? Besides that, though, what have you learned this week, Venison?
Well, I've heard that you like Olive Garden, even though they can have difficulties at times, and occasionally watch people puke up soup. Also, oh, come on, don't lose it. Oh, no, I lost the thought.
Oh,
damn it.
Well, you'll find it later. Lulu, what have you learned this week?
Actually, I'm getting to it right now. If I can get to my YouTube. There it is. I learned that there is a channel called Crash Course that has some very interesting topics. For those who are into learning.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's called Crash Course. I had just finished, what is it? There we go. I finished their world mythology, which is 42 videos, and they span for about 10 to 12 minutes. And I'm on their Big Bang history series now, which is about 10 to 12 minutes. And they're really good.
That's awesome. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. So I'm giving them a shout out, really, because they're fucking awesome.
Excellent. And I've learned that I don't think we quite have to worry about the robots taking over and enslaving the human race just yet, because they have yet to master the fine art of writing Olive Garden commercials. But once we start seeing some convincing Olive Garden commercials coming out of the artificial intelligence community, then I think we got something to worry about there. But until then, it's just a bunch of secret soup.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, your fascination with animated porn.
Animated porn?
Who?
Yeah.
I didn't.
Oh, Chirpy sequel.
Well, it's Chirpy. You have to.
It's Chirpy.
If you've seen the original Chirpy, you're left wondering whatever happened to those
No. No, you're not.
Well, I mean, Chirpy survived the first round, but how long can Chirpy really survive in a committed relationship with a horse?
A Mr. Hands video going completely wrong.
Oh, okay. Now that's a video I will not watch again.
No, actually, you don't want to ask that question, how long Chirpy can last with a horse relationship-wise. That's something you don't want to know.
Well, I mean, there is some, their relationship really defies the laws of physics. I mean, how did Chirpy take in all of that horse cock? I mean, I watched the animation, but I still don't know how that was possible. It was...
It's a cartoon.
Oh, is that the secret?
You know what? I really hope a Wendigo hunts you down.
Hey, whatever. You know,
because otherwise we're sliding up and down that stick with it coming out of his mouth.
It all ties together because at the end, Chirpy also coughed up some secret soup. So it all works out.
No! La 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 la! La 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 la!
I know.
Oh, it's a side note to that.
I see. You prefer swallowers to spitters. I got you.
No.
Yeah, side note to that. When you did start playing that video, why didn't it come up, on the YouTube screen?
Because that's not appropriate material for YouTube.
What?
I'm not going to put porn up on the screen. I'll just watch it and describe it to you. That's my policy on this show.
No!
We're a decent, clean show here. There will be no displaying of porn. I will have to describe it to you.
Then why do they have why did it come up on YouTube?
I will watch it so you don't have to. So... It's like, remember that time we were describing the airplane bathroom porn, and the big lesson from that was that there was no way that was the size of an airplane bathroom. That was way bigger than any airplane bathroom I've ever been in. There's no way you could make all those positions work in a real airplane bathroom. That was education.
What about first class bathroom?
You might be onto something there. It could have been a first class bathroom. The first class shitter on the.
I mean, like, have you been in first class? I mean,
I've walked past first class on my way to coach. I've not checked out the bathroom though.
But I never went to the bathroom.
Well, that's where you need to pop in and see what type of luxuries they have. Maybe they have 3-ply toilet paper and a handicap stall, so it's 3 times bigger.
Could be.
Yeah,
I thought they just had toilets built into those.
747, and I actually walked upstairs, and there was a piano there.
I thought they just built the toilets into the first class seat, so you don't even have to get up to go to the bathroom. That would be first class for me,
Yeah.
Well, I guess you need a privacy curtain around your little individual chair.
Yes,
though.
you would.
Yeah. Maybe that wouldn't be so great because then the person next to you needs to. No, okay. This is why Gators does not come up with ideas for airlines.
Stop thinking.
And the smell.
I need to stop thinking. Is what I need to.
Yes.
The fat acceptance warriors, the body positive people, want airplanes to have better seating, where instead of you get 4 tiny seats, they can now have lounge seats. that will fit. You know.
Well, I think everyone. I think everyone could use a larger seat in an airplane. But I do think.
Oh yeah.
But now, what's your position on? Because this is one that Addie and I have argued on. But then again, Addie will take the contrary position just for the sake of a good argument, no matter whether he agrees or disagrees, because he's an asshole like that. I think it's bullshit that airlines will charge people double if they can't fit in an individual seat. My thought is, no, if you're not, it's your fault that you're making the seat so damn small. You need to accommodate the customer.
I think they need to accommodate the customer, but I think they should pay at least half of the original seating.
Well, here's another thing, and this is something that Addie's pointed out, because Addie says, well, no, you're buying the seat, you're buying that space. If you need to use more space, you need to pay more. And I'm like, yeah, but they wouldn't let you buy a second seat and leave it empty.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm saying it's not you're buying for another person, you're buying for yourself. So instead of paying for a full extra person, I say paying half for it would be a better price.
But,
because you're getting accommodated to buy an extra seat for yourself. That way the arm can be raised. But you're not paying for an extra person, you're paying for extra room for yourself. So I can say a $350 ticket, it would be cut in half to $175 plus the other $350 ticket.
I don't think they should pay any extra. If the airline's gonna make the seat so small that they're not able to accommodate all the body size, that's their own damn fault. They can eat that.
Okay, good, true.
Well, I also understand that because also the times that I've traveled, I've tried sitting in the spaces that are supposed to accommodate people with longer legs, and it's still not large enough.
Right.
For my legs.
It's ridiculous, the airlines try to squeeze us in, and
yeah.
It's especially annoying, you're because you're sitting in there for a number of hours, especially if you're flying across country, and it's like, dude, they can make bigger planes. They can, I don't know.
Well, it's just not that. But if you look at, say, first class, they don't get their seating reduced or anything. They can have like a double seat. They can have the extra room. So if someone is, say, 6'3", 6'4", and above, they don't have to worry about squeezing into a tiny seat. Right. Even when I was over 300 pounds, I could still fit into a regular size seat when I was flying. But what the problem was is that I was still pushing a little bit above the boundary because the seats were still too small.
And they keep trying to make them smaller.
And they were getting them smaller because that was back in 2010, 2011. Around that time when I went to go see Venison. And when I went to West Virginia about 2 years ago, the seats were even smaller. And I had lost at least good 75 pounds by then.
Yeah.
And I was literally falling out of them by my waists. And I know for a fact that I had lost 75 pounds. And I was so squunched in that I had no room. My legs were literally cramping.
Ugh,
when before I could at least, put my legs out a little bit underneath the seat and not cramp as bad. But the size of those planes the seating is ridiculous.
Yeah.
When they could fit 7 in a middle row and 5 on the two sides. That's just fucking that was just fucking terrible.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Money. The more people they can fit, the more money they make. That's what it comes down to.
But they don't lower our prices as they cram more people in.
No, they didn't. It still cost me a good probably $500.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what they charge. Anyways, on that note, it is time to put this episode to bed. And for me to
I like
get ready
that
for bed.
idea. Paying $68 for standby to be near Chicago and getting on first class because that was the only seats that were available.
Nice.
And I had full first class status.
So you've seen the first class bathroom.
I could have used them, but I got plenty of the food and drink.
So, well, yeah, you would have had to have peed then.
No, actually not.
All right.
I would have just used them for the fact that I could, just to see what they were like.
Yeah, you'll have to do that next time that happens. Next time one of us gets bumped up to first class. I never have that luck. Anyways, I need to get ready for bed because I gotta be up early tomorrow.
I've had it a few times.
Toke! But thank you everyone for listening, and we will see you next week, same time, same place for some painting. And good night.
Yeah, let's watch The Dark Side of the Big Bang. I've got no words.